we're just waiting for the members to get on the teams, guys, and we're going to go straight in. But we could start talking about some builds if you want, so we can kill some. We can move on and talk about the map.
Let's see if that's at least gonna work. Yes. Well, almost in there perfectly. Now I have it set in the overlays properly. At least that works today.
Hooray!
I had a lot of technical difficulties just starting the stream, so bear with us. It can just go uphill from here.
It'll be fine. Definitely will be fine. So who are we on at the moment then?
Let's start with the blue team because they have more members in already.
It's an engineer, so do you mind if I go first?
No, not at all.
Okay, so this is going to be Predator Esports. We've had them a couple of times in the ESL. They've changed their name, but they are Predator Esports now. And we are obviously in a new feature pack, so some bits and bobs have changed, but not sure we will see a massive amount of change in this PvP
scene. I can almost smell the Power Ranger.
Yes,
one team is going to do it.
Someone's got to.
Someone's going to do it. I really don't believe they're overpowered, not at all. But one team is going to do it.
If you get your abilities off on them before they can do anything to you, then you're going to kill them.
That's basically
because they're so glassy.
The strong point of Power Rangers currently just comes from most people not knowing how to play against them.
Exactly,
because they haven't seen them before. Okay, but you were talking about an engineer.
Indeed. So we're going over to Taskin, who's going to be playing with the pistol and the offhand shield, with also the sigil of geomancy and the sigil of energy, with the rune of Balthazar and the rabbit amulet, going for the trait spread of 60062. So this is the pistol shield version, of course, without the Holbrook rune. So this is the more commonly known meta build that we've seen from most engineers on the EU. Having a look at Atrastia. He's going for a sword dagger with the short bow. It's also going for the rune of strength with the berserker's amulet with trait spread of 20066. Anything you would like to say about that, Nick?
Well, it's still the old build. Now, of course, with the added difficulty of, well, basically being screwed if the flanking strike doesn't hit.
Yes.
So it lost a little bit of its effectiveness, but if you play it properly, it is pretty much still as strong as it was.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much difference with that, to be honest, compared to the feature build. But we'll see how he goes with that. Going over to the Elementalist, who is going to be Demon Lord, and he's going to be playing with the stuff at the moment, or nothing. Left. Let's go over to Lemming then. He's going to be playing our standard support bunker Guardian build, and this at the moment still is 01661. That will not be changing unless we get some maybe 2 LE change in terms of the teams, but I'm not sure that's going to happen.
The one thing that might be changing if we see a Power Ranger might be some fun with the reflective wall, or wall of reflection, right?
That's a very
I had some fun with that in Hot Join earlier.
Oh, so that's the virtues to get extra consecration cooldown time. Whether or not they'd go into that, I'm not too sure, to take away the shouts. We'll have to have a look.
And now Lemming left.
That's fine, because everyone knows that build. So we're going back over to the Elementalist, who's Demon Lord Baal. What's he called himself now? Demon Lord Baal.
Well, it's just Demon Lord. We're used to seeing him on a Hambo Warrior.
Yeah, but that's right.
This time, going with the Elementalist.
And he's got the stuff at the moment for that pre-game buffing to get a static field down, so people can blast it for the extra swiftness. And he's got the he's got the rune of strength, and he does also have the Arcana trait. He doesn't have that staff trait in there to increase the it was the damage or the area of effect. I actually can't remember. I just lost my mind. Going over to Naya.
The area of effect.
Naya is going to be awesome. Is it? Yeah. No, maybe not. He's gone for the axe and for the warhorn. I was hoping for longbow there, but it's not on the right side of the trait line. And with the great sword as well, with the rune of Holbrook, so building up the might slowly over the fights by getting hit, which is pretty good. And yeah, this is Naya's build. He's whispering me as we're talking about it. This is my build.
It's kind of a Beastmaster build, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's got. Let's have a look at the actual traits here. So yeah, he's gone into Beast Mastery heavily. He's gone for Zephyr's speed. So when he's switching pets, he's going to be able to get that swiftness. So he's probably going to switch out the Warhorn. I'm not too sure. That might just be for the pre-game stuff. Yeah, pets
might go sword daggers. Well, with the dagger in the offhand. Yeah, dagger, right?
Yeah, that's it.
But a Warhorn is nice to have as well. You might stick with it. You get the might from Call of the Wind.
That's the extra might. Exactly. And that would probably be quite a good idea. Yeah, exactly. And that Hunter's Call is a lot of damage when you can get it off.
I bet he'll stay on the Warhorn.
Yeah, probably. We'll have to have a look. I didn't tell me that bit of information. Damn him. And and Lemming's build was the same build as it was before, but he just whispered something. Actually, I think he's changed it. Let's have a look.
No.
Got Purity Meditation Mastery. Reduces recharge on meditations. So he's gone for, as we all know now with Guardians, renewed focus is now a meditation, everyone. So he has actually increased the cooldown decreased the cooldown by 20%. So the cooldown is now 72 seconds rather than 80, if my maths is correct. No, it's more than that, obviously. I can't remember what it was before.
Is it 90? I think it was 90.
Yeah, I think so. As far as I can remember. Someone's going to alter my maths. It's been a long day. I'm sorry.
So a little bit of a change with the Guardian there. Only a tiny change, but at least something. At least it's not always the same. But let's go over to the red team, and I'm going to try and keep this a bit quicker. We have Red Levin, the mate in meta Thief, is playing with the short bow, of course, a dagger and pistol, going with Rune of the Pack. Have seen that a couple of times now. A Berserker's Amulet, and with a trade spread of 26006, so we're having an Executioner backstab build here. Infamous Shaku is the Elementalist, is running with the staff at the moment, but probably going to switch over to Dagger, Strength Rune, Celestial Amulet, and the standard trade spread of 00266. And one surprising thing, or maybe not that surprising, even after the nerf, so going for the Fiery Greatsword, as I've mentioned in a couple of shoutcasts earlier. Most Elementalists actually don't take it for the damage, but just for the mobility, and not even only their own mobility, but also the one of the mobility of the rest of the team. If you have, like, for example, the Guardian who needs to go somewhere quickly, drop him the Greatsword, and swoosh he goes.
Exactly, yeah. It is good, because you do a lot see that kind of Guardian running out of the gates just with the flipping Greatsword, just legging it around, using that third ability in the fourth to get to the mid first.
Okay, we need to hurry. So we have Zani on Staff Greatsword, Rune of the Traveler, Berserker's Amulet with 44006 in the trades. Tamir on Ranger, not going for Beastmaster. Still playing the normal Spirit build, is on X Dagger instead of Sword Dagger, with a Greatsword, and then Melandra Rune, Celestial Amulet, and 02660. And Sammy, last but not least, playing the gun. Oh, a little bit different. Bunker Guardian, somewhat bunker, has a mace and a focus, and then Scepter Shield. So going away from the staff, Rune of Soldier, Cleric's Amulet, and then a trade spread of 00266. What we normally would call the Consecration build, but no consecrations.
Yeah,
what we've often seen with the what's it called, the shield bubble.
Yeah.
Sanctuary.
Oh, Sanctuary, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, he's opted for Vengeful there instead, and obviously he's gone for Absolute Resolutions to take away those conditions, and then it's based around, obviously it's in the Virtues tree, it's based around the Virtues, so he's gone for Stability, so extra downing power there, which is nice. Which rune did he go for? He went for the standard rune as Amulet still. Not really a massive amount of... Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, he's not offering any, the kind of utility that the staff's going to give, the extra healing and might with the Empower, of course, and the wall. But, he's got the shield to do any blocking and to absorb projectiles and whatnot. Maybe expecting something like that to come out from Naya, which might be a reason why he's gone for that. But we need to get on with the game, actually.
Yeah.
And then they will be happy. Kept us waiting, and now we've kept them waiting. We take turns in Guild Wars 2.
Which basically means at the end the viewers are suffering.
Yeah. You will never suffer with me and Nick by your side. I've got coffee as well.
Oh, nice. I've got water. And the match starts soon, which means we don't really have that much time to drink. We're gonna go in-game. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Why is the game not showing?
Hmm?
The game is not showing up. There we go. Okay. Now we have... I got scared there for a minute. Now we have the game, and let's have a look at the splits.
We have a tiny bit of rubber banding going on in the spawn point for Infamous there, so he was a bit late on getting to mine, so unfortunately that's why they got there quite late. So he's going to be able to get onto the mine point. We're going to see three players from Blue coming over with Naya, Ken, and also Lemming just coming over to bunker that node. Now, if you remember in last week's Cup, they did do this really early on, and they did actually keep the other
actually
team there.
trying to tank the midpoint against 3 people, if I'm seeing correctly. Went down fairly quickly, managed to dodge for a little bit, and now we have Portal to reinforce their own close point directly back at the mine. Naya and Tayskin currently there to keep that neutral. But Atroce actually managed to stay there long enough for Lemming and Demon Lord to come in, so we still have a neutral point in mid.
Yeah, so the blue team at the moment just sticking some nodes in, and like I said before, do you remember that last week they just farmed everyone into the point and they just kept getting kills, and Predator just kept that team there. I'm pretty sure it was Predator eSports anyway, but over on this point at the moment we've got that 2v2 going on. But look, I think Azani's doing a nice job at just staying off point, trying to line of sight, run that pillar on the side there with the little crane, and we're having a bit.
And Azani actually switched. He switched over to Sword Torch.
Ah, okay.
As I see him swirling his sword around in the mouses. Goes down, is finished just by damage and not stomping. Now Shaku left on the point. Tiskin and Naya did a brilliant job there with the support of Atrastea, and the midpoint is still uncapped. I'm kind of surprised by that actually, that the thief to mid opener worked. Probably assumed something like a Guardian going there.
Yeah, that's very true actually. I mean, yeah, they did very well over there, and I'm not, I do think that Azani actually left. It didn't give him as much utility not having that staff. I mean, he's got a bit of a stealth there with the torch and whatnot, but I'm still not convinced about losing the sword torch set instead of the staff. I just think it'd be better because of that Chaos Storm as well that you can put on all point and cover that. Put conditions on and interrupt and whatnot. It's really, really good to have that. And Lemming's really having issues at mid. He's just got his heal off, which is good, but he's not got that off cooldown anymore. Ken's had to take it over on the point, so they're just kind of bunching up a little bit here, trying to get some focus down on Tamir, actually. He's just rotated off node, and now he's going to be okay. But Lemming's actually just gone down on the point. Will Ken be able to raise him? We do see Atrocitus here as well. We do see the SR coming out, and he is indeed going to get up, so he's going to be okay.
We didn't really have anyone to stomp there in that situation. So this way the rest a little bit easier. Everyone was just doing damage, but the stomp didn't come through. No. And now double outer point cap at the moment, because we had a hench situation where we had a decap cleared up, and Naya's still now fighting at the moment against Red 11 on the mine point. Mid now finally in the hands of Meta Meta. Now they need to find another point of aggression, and that seems like it's going to be the mine. There, of course, nice with the bottleneck walkthrough here from when you go from keep to mine, pulled some AoE damage in there.
Yeah, Levin's it's kind of that SR being in that situation as well, where he put it, it's kind of obvious where he's standing. So he just got done a bit by the AoEs and just running off those conditions. He's quite low, so he needs to be careful. He might get taken from behind by Ken. No, actually, just gonna. I thought he actually went down there. My mistake. But the nice little stealth there, actually, by I'm not sure who that was, how that actually came off there. Trusty is actually quite low as well. Now the pressure's been put back onto him. He's just going to have to back out there to make sure he's not going to go down in this all-list cleave that's just happening off node on mine. But look again, we're back over on this mine node. This is what Predator eSports do. They suck you into a node and they engage you into this team fight, and this is what they need to avoid. Made and Meta need to be careful here, and they need to potentially split their forces and potentially go for another node.
Yeah, because at the moment this is really not looking good. Although Squishy, although they managed to focus Atrastea out, the damage burst from Azani and in combination with Red 11 is just a lot to deal with. They got him back up. Was it due to the res?
It was just pure res.
No, just res.
I don't actually. Just regular, just good old res there. Oh, the focus is back on him. It might actually go down just off point again. Is the actual save going to come out? I'm not sure they're going to be able to. Ken isn't able to do that because he's low on HP.
Stop. We still have him alive. Lemming tried, but now they gave up.
Yeah, Ken did something nice there. Actually put down the big old bomb, so they probably have to dodge it unless they did have some kind of stability around there.
They want to kill the spirit of nature now. Tamir did some damage on that on the side. We have Azani as well focusing the spirit for the moment. Down he goes, and now they have it a bit easier if they actually bring someone down. Focus target now seems to be Tiskin. Burst is on him. The mesmer damage is just unbelievable at the moment. And we have the drop of the kid from Tayskin in the last minute. Yeah, actually when he went down, dropped the supply crate.
Yeah, just about, but it's already gone. It's already not there. There's so much cleave going. Look at everyone. Everyone is just on the point, and the thieves are running round. The focus is back on Naya on the south point of the node. He's very close to going down. Focus on him. He's gone into downstate. Is he going to get down? I don't think so. Lemming's just gone in to try and res, putting up that block on the focus. Sorry,
no, too much damage, and finally Sammy managed to get a stomp in there. But they are just coming back in. We had Atrastea gone away for a second, now back in the match, now chasing Red 11 actually. Managed to go stealth there, both are trying to find each other. We still have the poise on him, he managed to refuge, but that of course gives them a target and a slight idea of where he might be. No damage coming in there, now again with the cluster bombs, nice reflect just randomly from the rest try because Demon Lord goes down. Red 11 in a bit of trouble, but no real damage sources there anymore, so we might actually see Made in Meta pick that up in a second, but Naya comes from the side, Lemming is stomped, Naya could get on point, not quite, yeah, he's fast enough. That was really close.
But look, they might be getting kills over here, but look at the point score. 318 to 151. No points have flipped at all in this game. No caps have actually flipped. We're almost halfway through the game.
And we have the interrupt. Will Sharku make it on point? No, now he's down. No, Demon Lord. I mean, of course. Demon Lord now on point, keeping it neutral. And now they can pretty much do what we've seen them against 55. Just run into the neutral point because they have built up such a significant lead at the moment. They can just live on the 1 point, the one safe henge, and they do still try and get some aggression down on mid because Azani is down and Famous is down. We have Sammy trying to get a res on Azani, but that's not really happening. Now we have two people again from Made in Meta. The double cap is in place. We have the portal. No, portal just gone away on mine.
Yeah, they've just got mine. They've got 150 points behind. They've decapped mid, so they've actually, they've changed their focus over towards the mid, which is quite, it was quite predictable. So I'm not quite sure why they didn't move their forces to mid quicker to try and deal with what was happening over there. So made him make just a couple of mistakes here and there, but Predator Esports have been good at actually suckering people in. It's not just them that they've done it to. So whatever they're doing, just keep doing it because they've just owned the first half of this game by just team fighting on a point that they have as well. They're not splitting. If they split Predator Esports up a bit, they might be getting a bit luckier.
And now they actually managed to get midpoint back. We have still a lead of about 170 to 180 points. Azani misses his burst attempt on Atrastea there. Does manage to take him out. Looks like Made in Meta is a bit split off. We have some off-points fight going on. Tiskin is being chased by Red 11. Atrastea now right at him. Manages to just notice him in the last second. Another burst on Atrastea comes down, some shatters. Atrastea down, ported away. Tayskin, can he res? Is he trying? He's invisible? Nope, doesn't make it too much AoE on that point. So we have the damage on the side of Made in Meta, but they're not really able to win the team fights at the moment.
No, that's it at the moment. I mean, the problem is also, I think, Infamous Shakur is at points very stuck. He's not sure what to do. He's running around the south side of the map. Obviously, the Elementus is doing the same thing, but look at Demon Lord. Just as the Thief is actually respawning, Demon Lord is going to fill that spot in the mid. He's going to rotate to mid, and the Trusty is just going to look after the the henge just for a moment. That he's going to stay there now till the end of the game because they've got it at the moment. They're almost doubled their score, and there's no way that Predator Esports are going to lose this game at the moment. They're winning everything. They're winning the rotations. They're winning most of the fighting as well. And
well, they're kind of losing in mid now, but
well, yeah, sorry.
but that is way too late. Just simply the points they got from the opener was just brilliant. They had. I'm still really surprised that it worked, putting Adrastea in mid, just surviving for a couple of seconds, but enough time to react to the strong pressure from MIM on the midpoint, and then just having Lemming on there and surviving a bit against the people, while MIM already poured all their forces to the mine node and had some aggression on that. But since Predator eSport just opened with 3 people on mine, they were able to deal with that.
Exactly, and we are going to see the end of this game coming now. 315 points to Made in Meta, 500 points to Predator eSports. Good job. Didn't actually see Infamous Shaku get on the map there. Get any points? Is that because he maybe DC'd? I don't know.
No, for the most part, he
was guarding.
He was just defending the point. Same as the other elementalist. Demon Lord, for the most time, was just on his point, defending it.
Yeah, but not like you can see. I'm going to completely take back what I said about the fights and then winning them, because you can see through the scoreboard that Made in Meta were winning those fights. But in terms of winning the fight to switch it quickly so that they won the cap is probably more accurate.
Exactly. They were winning at some points, but not winning hard enough. Seems.
It was just too slow.
It's just they always running into the point, either capped or neutral. That's kind of what we're always seeing from Predator eSports, and they managed to survive long enough to pull it off, and they also managed to, at least with the opener, get the point, get the early lead, and then they can do that stuff. Do the always running right.
Exactly. Hopefully. Oh, yeah, we can ready up. Sorry, guys. I'll just tell them that they can.
Oh, yeah.
So we need to see that. Well, we need to see from Made in Meta this time. We need to try and separate their forces a little bit more, because if they're winning they're getting most of the kills in this game. If they can split up between the points more and win those 2v2s, the 3v3s, then I think they can actually pull this game out of the hat and we can go to a third game. If they get suckered into a node where blue team are just going to out-sustain them in terms of staying up and being healed and the condition removal and whatnot, then they need to kind of out-rotate the Guardian and also probably the Elementalist to a degree, if they can at all. They just need to be more map aware, really, and just move across the whole map, and I think they'll do a lot better. That's it. I'm not going to continue to say exactly the same thing for 5 minutes.
That's what shoutcasters do.
I know, but I can't do it. I can't do it then.
We say the exact same thing, but in a different way. So it's not too obvious.
Not too obvious. Remember, guys, I'm not going to tell you now. Actually, follow the channel. We'll be doing a gem giveaway later today. Possibly 1 or 2 codes. Not 100% sure yet.
The question is, will we see the good old MIM opener of mid-aggression, stealth with a mower, and burst him down?
I don't know.
It was their trademark back in the day. And it looks like it's going to happen. It looks like it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, wow. This is like going back in time.
Yeah, it really looks like it's going to happen. We're going to have the Aegis removed in a couple of seconds. Now a little bit of damage. Are they immediate? No! The mower was blocked or something.
Miss? Ah, no, I think he dodged, actually. Yeah.
Oh, dodged.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, look at Trusty was hanging back just in case that they went over to Demon Lord, and he's actually been out of that fight for a while, so they're able to get some cooldowns off on Lemming. As you can see, he is only currently got Save Yourself, so if they want to focus that damage again back onto Lemming, it would be a good time to do it, because his cooldowns are going to keep coming back off, and he's going to be fine, but it's not going to happen.
Definitely a nice reaction to that. Kind of maybe a bit too trademark, too predictable.
I'm not sure if Predator eSports would have remembered that, because I forgot until I saw it. if I'm honest, like, it was so long ago, and already look, we've seen it again. Look at the blue team close point is actually capped. The red team close point again has 2 members or so over there. The team fight isn't fully engaged over on that node at the moment, albeit, but Azani has been downed. Oh no, he has been rezzed as well. So they're back onto the point in this 3v3, which is kind of just on the point and north of their point. If you're just looking at the map,
Tiskin was downed. The rest is coming. Naya being feared. Stomp starting. And it is going down. No interrupt left. And now Naya is left on his own devices at the quarry point against 2 people. How long can he actually survive? He had the... No, he didn't even pull the rest spirit there.
I don't think he's going to last as long as he normally would, if I'm honest. He has got the wrist spirit, so he can activate it.
Yeah,
Did
but
he?
didn't.
I don't think he got it off.
No, he didn't even pull it out.
No. Oh god, didn't he? Oh god,
Nope.
yeah. Sorry, my bad. He didn't even get it. Why didn't he do that? When he was with Ken. That's interesting.
He wasn't. So, damage focused now on Atrastea, trying to get away, was immobilized, porting around a bit, a nice cluster bomb to get Azani into the downstate. Port now, Mesmer downstate ability, the rest got through, and now the efforts of MIM on this midpoint. They finally have the quarry, so points are coming in, but there is still an early lead for Predator Esports at the moment, as we've seen in almost every game with them.
Indeed, and then that's how they just build on that, and they seem to be able to just snowball it almost to a degree. But they've, pardon me, Made in Meta have done the right thing. They've applied pressure, like I said at the beginning. They need to apply that pressure to the more than one point, and they did it. They kept people at mid. They kept Lemming out of the point, so he can't sustain 2 guys on the far node because he had to stay at mid as well. And he's really screwed at the moment. He's not got many cooldowns. He's actually had to use a couple of shouts there, but they're coming off now as well. So he's going to be okay. But if anyone can get burst damage down on him, he's very low, 4k. He's going to have his heal coming off. He does have renewed focus as well, which is very helpful. And he's going to be okay for a small amount of time, but he's getting bursted as well, just off node. Look at that line of sight. A good job from the Lemming there. Really, really nice. But then Red Levin was coming from behind, just in stealth as well. I think he's going to go for that waterfall decap, actually, Nick.
Oh, the knockback came finally. Up until now, we had a really good eye on that. Most of the time from Demon Lord. Their Demon Lord also now the one to react, but the decap came through. Now, does he want to go into the 1v1? Red Levin, apparently he does. 1v1 happening at the moment if we need reinforcements. Now we'll see in a second. We had the Refuge on Lemming to get him back up. That worked. Sammy now actually getting a lot of damage at the moment. Where is Azani? He's always a really good damage source to get the spike off Tiskin. Off point fight, trying to pick him off. Did he use the portal? No, just blinked out there to give the assistance to Red Levin, who's currently bringing down Demon Lord, but Atrastea came there to support him.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job there. Oh, Red Levin going down. You know, there's not much he could have done in that situation, 1v2.
Oh, just
and I
the
do think
damage coming out.
Oh, no, nice. Red Levin's back up. So we are going to see this point likely going into the favour of, really in the favour of Made in Meta at the moment. Although Red Levin is in a lot of trouble, able to stealth off point and just avoid all that damage coming in for Atrastea. Of course, doesn't need to be really that engaged in the fight at the moment, but he's okay. He wants to just get the point as soon as possible. They just need to be careful of the Quarry node at the moment. We are going to see Demon Lord coming back over as well.
There we don't have poison on him, so the res is fairly quick. Back up again. The mid-fight isn't really going anywhere because we have almost all the squishies just on the side point. Atrastea now finally finished, but Demon Lord engaging back on the point. But we have now Made in Meta in the lead just due to the decap and the quarry point still ticking points. And Famous Shaku also just on the side waiting for somebody to try and get a decap on there.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that no one's actually nipped over there from Predator Esports at the moment, because you know, when they're split in this situation, it does really feel like, you know, that they're kind of weak, and we've seen that happen now. We've seen Made in Meta take advantage of that situation, and they're slowly gathering the points. And you know what? It all started from that Red Levin decap over the waterfall, and they've only got one cap to go. They've got the 2 side nodes. Now Predator Esports, they need to change it up. They need to change what's going on. They're flipping 3 members of their team back over to the waterfall close point to switch this fight up as soon as they possibly can. Atrastea is actually just going to go down just on the north side of the node, and he has been stomped out indeed. Azani is very low. He's going to have to go off point, line of sight, but he's got a bit of damage coming out.
Oh, not enough damage. 487 there, and now we have the Refuge from Red Levin to save him. Now both damage dealers are stealth. We might see a really good engage here in a couple of seconds. Burst comes and Tiskin goes down immediately. I gotta say, I really love the playstyle of the build that Azani is playing at the moment, because you just have him waiting and looking for the right place to engage, and when it happens, it really hurts. Also with the damage buff to the Mesmer at the moment.
Yes, yes, feeling that pain at the moment to Shadow. Good lord, it's horrible. But he's actually watching that node at the moment. It looks like he's going to go for the door actually to just,
Well, he has
you
the
know, put some
portal.
worry.
Is he gonna be? Yeah, he is gonna use the portal, and right in the
Oh,
last second
nice.
manages to get that off, and the first shatter brings Atrastea almost down to no life. We have the refuge, but he has to be somewhere there. Manages to get the withdraw off, hiding on the sides, but we have the clones running after him. Re-engage, not really gonna happen. There we go, stun. Oh, and we have 11 actually.
Yeah, coming in from behind, nice little stab there.
Demon Lord seeing no real point in engaging against those two.
And this is what we needed to see from Made in Meta. They put pressure on other nodes. All right, look at Predator Esports have done what they did normally with the close point of the opposite team. They've sustained the fight in the mid, they've switched people in and out, they've contested it. But this is what Made in Meta needed to do. They switched people around the map. They do have a 1v2 situation over on the quarry at the moment, so they need to try and get someone rotated in there. Obviously, Lemming isn't going to do much damage, but it's extra, something extra, and he's going to be offering that support, of course, to Tayskin. So that's why legendary Sammy's coming over. He's going to be able to sustain Infamous Shaku extremely well, and they're not going to get this node anytime soon. They need to think about potentially moving out.
And the Guardian Engineer combination is not going to win. Oh, actually, Shaku pulling off there because he knows that they can't bring Sammy down even in a 2v1, at least not in a short amount of time. And now going into mid to keep that, because Demon Lord and Naya a bit tanky, but the focus on Naya is already paying off. We've got Red Levin directly on him, but Lemming might be able to get a really good res off there as soon as they bring him down. Nice damage back. Shaku having some problems. Naya avoiding all the burst damage. There he goes down. Red Levin down as well. Tamir trying to damage him. Stomp comes through. Rally for Red Levin trying to get out there, but Shaku also having some problems. Blinks out and manages to get away from all the burst damage.
I'm feeling for Atrastea at the moment because he's Azani's just watching him coming out of the keep door. Each time he's done it, he's got onto the node. He did get a decap once. Azani's just chased him and killed him almost instantly. As Atrastea's died quite a few times doing that. Maybe he needs to think about switching up that tactic of how he's actually getting back into the map. And the decaps almost happened over on the quarry. Actually, legendary Sammy did get a couple of caps back on that just as he dodged off, but he's going to be fine, absolutely fine. Feel like Ken's a little bit wasted over there at the moment.
Tayskin could actually do the damage comes, but in the last second we have the engage of Red Levin. Will he get the stomp off, or will the damage come? We have the supply crate drop for the immobilize. We can't. The bigger rezzing is coming through. Bigger bomb not gonna knock the corpse back, knock Sammy back. We have the decap. The damage is coming in. Of course, the thief, very possible that just some AoE damage gets him down, but not in this case. He manages to stay alive, get Sammy back up, and keep this point neutral. And now we have a huge lead, still at 99 points, not even reached the 100. Predator Esports here, because they don't manage to get the cap. They don't manage at the moment to win the equal team fights.
Exactly, they're not winning the matchups that they've split up across the map. They're not winning hardly any of these fights at the moment. This is the first one they've really won positively in the entire game.
I can understand that Atrastea went a couple of times for the 1v1 against Azani, because the usual mindset is Sword Dagger Thief will kill a Mesmer. But with the slight change to Sword Dagger and the slight change to the Mesmer, apparently that's not the case anymore, at least for the Azani Atrastea matchup. So the 1v1 there shouldn't really happen. I don't know why is Lemming here against Azani. On his own, that's only a bit of wasted time.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think at the moment they kind of know they've lost this game. I mean, there is not really a chance that they're going to come back. And maybe it was just something like they wanted to get the node back just for the end of the game to get some more points in. Who knows? But at the moment, normally that wouldn't be the best decision in the world, to be honest. But Azani still, he's having a bit of a problem now.
The best decision wouldn't be to put Azani and Red Levin in a 2v2 there. We have Shaku coming in. Oh, actually 4 people being there in a couple of seconds. We have the mid cap. It looks like, the Ranger 1v1 is not going anywhere anytime soon. The decap happened, so it's neutral at the moment. Points coming in, but the team fight just takes too long. Azani is stomped. Shaku is the next target at the moment. The Guardian still a lot of cooldowns left. Are we going to see like a last minute decap here?
Possibly, it's fully doable. The guys still, they have to rotate off the node because they're getting damaged so much. And you know what, Shaku had to come back on, but he's just gone down. And Red Levin's trying to put that pressure on from the side, but he's not able to do
still
that
hasn't
either.
used his spirit of nature. Isn't out again.
There we go.
Why?
I do know that Naya is having some problems with his computer and he's playing on the worst laptop ever in the world.
Okay.
Is how he described it to me. So whether or not that's got something to do with
downside
it.
here from Tami trying to stomp Naya. Naya almost down. A bit of rest coming there from the pad, of course, and now the stomp comes in. We have the decap on Waterfall, so we have no points coming in anymore, but only 3 minutes on the clock. It would have to be a 3 cap or mid cap. Yeah, Azani did it.
And you know what? That eSport started, the Predators started to come back towards the end there. They actually started to get a lot. I think they got an extra 50 or so, no, 60, 70 points in the space of Red Team getting about 10. So you would have seen if this game had gone, if this was earlier, they potentially could have actually come back. But, you know, they just moved too late. They couldn't rotate. They needed to analyze and just see who they needed to pit up against each other in those 2v2s or whatever we've been seeing on the side nodes, really, and just who they're actually going to leave at mid in different occasions, which might be something they can look at in the next game. But yeah, we're going to go to, I think we can definitely go to a third game here. There's not really enough time for them to come back.
Oh, stomp on Azani for Tracer to rally. Yeah, the time is just not enough. And now at the moment, MIM is just pulling everything in this mid node. Well, except for Shaku and Tayskin just standing in front of each other. Maybe not even chatting, not even dancing. Really, come on, a bit of effort, guys.
It's a bit of an awkward silence over here, isn't it? It's just you can tell. Shaku
but now we have people engaging. Red Levin and Tracer don't want this game to stop yet. But no, okay, resignation comes now because the last points take on the side of Meta, and they therefore win the second round. So we are going to go into a match 3 in the quarterfinals.
Low point scores as well, so there wasn't really that many kills in the end, but enough that, you know, things like the big old bomb coming up, knocking bodies off caps, and some nice decapping abilities from Ken coming out, and some, you know, some off point and off node fighting as well. God, I just saw people going, everyone's going down at mid. But, you know, it was not a bad game for, you know, if you'd watched them in the first game, you wouldn't have thought that Meta were going to win that unless they really did change things up, which is what they did. But Predator Esports started to switch up their play and rotating people into better matchups. But, you know, it just was a little bit too late for them to pick up the game. And we're back into Kylo on our first round. What's up?
Yeah. Same as last week, right? Or was it?
Indeed. I think so.
Was it the first match or was it? No, it was 55 Predator Esports, right? The only one we had in a...
Yes, and Predator Esports took 55 into the... it did exactly what they did to Meta, I think, as I remember.
Yeah, they lost the 4-fire match.
People in map chat saying, vote for Skyhammer, being the third map. Can you imagine that ever happening? I think not, Sonny Jim.
No, and let's not try to make that a thing.
There's so much German going on, guys.
Yeah,
I can't understand the chat. I want to react and talk to you, but I really can't.
I have to say it's somewhat confusing for me as well, because I've
What? How is German confusing for you?
No, the confusing part, let me explain. The confusing part is, as I've proven by writing to you in the chat, in our Shoutcaster chat, randomly in German, I can't talk German and write English at the same time. Same as I can't read German and talk proper English at the same time. So I just have to ignore the chat completely, otherwise it's going to throw me off.
Oh, fair play. A little tiny shout out to Chris Becky and Ishano as well. Hello. Can see you. We miss you.
Hello.
That's all I say.
Yeah.
So third game, I'm going to tell them to ready up because I want them to. So let's have a quick look at Azani. I'm just going to ask him to change his weapon set so you can just quickly see the change, because I think it's something important to note.
I think he doesn't want anyone to know.
He's still running it, isn't he? No, yeah. He's running staff.
He's gonna switch back to sword torch, believe me.
I'm just asking him if he's being sneaky. Because I'll bring up the abilities in a minute, because I can't actually remember. Because the fourth skill is a stealth, and then when you come out of the stealth, you apply burning. and the 5th skill is a there we go. Oh, he actually did it for a second.
Yeah, and now switch back to the sword. Great sword.
He's just a cheeky. I mean, literally. I mean, this is what I thought as well. It counts as thief to a degree, because he can stealth and he can actually. There you go. He's got the prestige, which is nice, and it also gives that blind as well, which is very cool. And the confusion is nice as well.
The play style of what he's running at the moment is actually a very similar build to what sword pistol used to be, with the pistol whip. Because he can engage with the illusionary leap, and then get his somewhat frenzy. What is it? Blurred frenzy off, which is like, well, kind of a bad pistol whip. But the good thing on his side is that he then has all the shatters to do a ridiculous amount of burst damage, which we've seen earlier in a couple of, well, almost instant death.
And it's not like with that 5th skill as well. He does get some retaliation off as well, which is good. He gets the confusion and retaliation. So not only is the thief going to hit himself, do damage to himself when he's doing abilities. In both cases, you know, with confusion and retaliation. Don't really need to say any more.
He's going to punch himself, and then afterwards going to punch himself a bit.
In the ass. A two-way kick punch. That doesn't make much sense, but it did in my head for about 2 seconds. Maybe not even that long.
It's always until it comes out.
Yeah. I was gonna say something then, but I won't. So yeah, that is a nice little move, and there's been some discussion. We've got a Facebook PvP group actually, which has been discussing things like sword torch, sword pistol, just getting back to that kind of Mesmer way of playing. I still like Chaos Storm on the point. I still like the utility that Staff has, but Azani's playing this build very well at the moment. It's nice to see. So it's good to see something different as well, especially with the Rangers playing something a little bit different here and there, especially with Naya's build. Well, yeah.
And we still have a distinct lack of Power Ranger at the moment. I have to agree with somebody who wrote that in chat. But until now, we're going to decide now who's going to be the winner of the first quarterfinal. Here, Made in Meta on the red side and Predator Esports on the blue side. How are they going to split?
They're going to split a little bit like this. Feels like a song. Wasn't going to break out to a quiet. Predator Esports again going for that 2 split onto their home, making sure that no one's going to stealth over. Nobody has, and Azani's actually gone over to the Trebuchet to just drop a couple of shots over at mid. We're going to see Naya now advancing into the mid node as well, with Infamous Shaku going over to interrupt Atrustia over on the blue trap.
Yeah, we had the same from Atrustia until now, until they came and Infamous Shaku wanted to annoy him a bit there. Now Naya destroying it, but we have the portal, so they could really do a fast repair of that. Azani now going for the far point. Might get, is gonna get the decap there. Do we have any reaction? Normally we had Tayskin in position to do something against the cap at least, but the decap is gonna come through. Afterwards, maybe with the next mid-engage, at the moment they're just kind of trying to keep it neutral, and we have a lot of off-point fights actually.
People are crossing over in exactly the same spaces. I mean, we've got more mobility really from the team of Made in Meta here with the Mesmer and the Thief combo. We do of course have the Elementalist as well, so they've got 3 players that can really get through the map really quickly. Tayskin going down over on the mansion point as Azani comes out with some nice burst over there. Really good job from him actually onto Ken. Kind of unexpected, just built that up and just kind of flew out of nowhere.
But Sammy makes it on the point in mid fast enough, knocks them back. It's a bit of the cap reversed.
Yeah, the shield's really nice in this map, and with that sword as well, he can port from the side, or he can port from anywhere, like on just in this area back onto the node, which is really, really useful actually. And they're doing quite nice without the staff at the moment, if I'm honest. I mean, staff really is good. You know, it is a nice thing to have, especially in a build which is going to be running off the kind of opposite trait lines that he's currently using, with the giving boons with the altruistic healing. So this is a little bit less selfish, and if you're going to run altruistic healing, you normally do run it with staff. So, you know, he's not using that build, so and it's doing it quite well over on the mention point at the moment. Do you see Infamous Shaku had a little bit of pressure on him? He's going to be okay.
I've been saying for quite a while that on this map specifically, Guardians should just go for the shield and the sword.
Like the shield, yes. There's too much
If
chance.
not on any other map, on Kylo, bullet out, it really can benefit you.
I do prefer it to focus on this map, if I'm honest, just because of what exactly what you're saying. I mean, you can push people off the side of the node, it interrupts them, they have to run back up to the point, especially if they're melee.
Engaging Naya goes down, previously in a 1v1 with Tami. Atrastea is there, but he can't really stay on point. Who's gonna be the one to get on point? Lemming is on his way there, but is he gonna be quick enough? Now he could have ported and prevented it. Now we have no CC, we have a bit of speed. Last second gets it one tick before it would have been in the hands of the red team. But even with still the decap in mid, we have a huge lead for Made in Meta at the moment. The mansion is still there as he manages to, in combination with Red 11, chase off Atrastea there. And it's 100 points and nothing is coming in for Predator Esports at the moment.
Not at all, mate. And look, because of this split fighting again across the map, Predator Esports cannot get these matchups sorted. They have not winning any of these fights at the moment. The only time they've killed someone really clearly is Infamous Shaku there. I mean, to the point where they might actually get a cap. Lemming at the moment is down mid. Tami is down as well. Legendary Sammy's down. A lot of are Made in Meta at the moment, going down in different points on the map. And maybe this is a chance for Predator Esports to come out. A lot of trust is down. The res is going to come out from Lemming. He's going to get interrupted at the last second. He's still in down state. Half HP is just going to get cleaved down. The actual down was blocked there, but they just need to cleave him.
Now we have him, and Azani rallies of that. Now pulling out to the side to maybe get some damage over there. Of course, with his sword, has also got some range abilities. Not only with the great sword, because the sword is the other weapon set.
Sorry, were we talking about Azani there?
Yeah, I was.
He's got swords aplenty, Nick. That's what we'll say. He's got swords aplenty. Naya down now as well. Lots of cleave coming down onto his body. Oh, look, the rest coming out from Lemming. Oh, he's going to be able to get that. Good job. And now we can see Azani actually just going off point, trying to I'm not sure where he's going. He's just going to try and get some range just off point. Or maybe he's going to wander back over towards the mansion, yes.
Exactly. And just trying to get the decap on there. We have Atrastea at the moment a bit concentrated on the corpse of Red 11. Should maybe concentrate a bit more on the mansion right behind him, because the decap is going to go through. And that is going to mean an even bigger lead for Made in Meta at the moment.
And almost, did you almost see the sucker of Predator Esports, how many people they drew into the midpoint there? Almost, and that's how they actually managed to gain a lot of points. But then Azani actually picked up on that, and he went over to the Wafar node to get that cap, and now that's what they're doing. They're splitting their forces again. They need to be careful not to send everyone over towards that mansion node. Maybe split between the mid, which is currently what I think Red Levin's going to do. He's going to go to mid to just apply some pressure there and split the nodes up a little tiny bit, just so they're not bringing everyone into that
nice to get up, and we have the cap in mid, so now they don't have to focus their efforts on that. But Tami is still the Ranger 1v1. It's just happening all the time. If we have one finished, then the next one is gonna be only a couple of minutes away. Well, it's gonna take a while, although the thieves are again chasing each other off point. One wants to disengage, the other wants to engage. Now we see Atrastea maybe going for the decap here. Don't know. No, he's going to help on mid because we have Naya in some trouble. Lemming now going there to keep it capped as well. Pulling out some support from the sidelines. Naya still managing to survive. Red 11 on him. Tami now chasing him as well. But if he goes down, Lemming is there and Tayskin is there. And the knockback actually helped him because he was knocked out of the range of the rest of the meta team.
Yeah, sorry, I was just having a look. Someone just mentioned, is Atrastea playing the downstate more damage trait? No, I don't think so. I don't think if that would happen.
Well, now with Mansion in the hands of Predator Esports and the mid still not as much, but almost neutral, but not quite. Naya still surviving, always surviving with like 10 HP left or something. Going down now, the damage of course is unbelievable if they're if they're really cleaving on there, but they were a bit busy with their own downstate rezzing at the moment. So the big team fight in mid is gonna happen. We would still have the opportunity for Predator Esports to use the trebuchet and clear that up.
They don't want to do this. Made in Meta, you learnt from this mistake. They've got 4 people now on this node. They need to be careful. They need to not do this. Even suckering now infamous Shaku, even thinking about joining the fight potentially. I mean, this is where they will get stuck, although they are killing them in the midpoint. Although Tamir's dead as well. If they can get him down, they will rest 2 of their players.
Tiskin and Lemming down. Stomp on Tamir is not going to come. Rally for Tamir there.
Knight, although Knight has switched in these, they're all dying now at the late wayside. Although that's good from Predator Esports. They did get them into the mid. Although I do think maybe some kind of action towards the windmill might have been nice for them. Although I do feel that they probably would have lost that.
This time the pressure worked.
Yeah,
pressure worked. Oh, what is Red Levin is still invisible. Demon Lord actually still going away. Now he's trying to get on point. No, the sneaky cap came. We didn't quite see it, but he was invisible there.
Oh dear, yes, exactly. They just got to be careful of that because, of course, they do know they lost that team fight and that Red Levin was going to be around, so needed to just stick on that node to make sure that Red Levin didn't even have the option. And even with that tiny decap, it just, you know, takes them out of the game even more.
Yeah, we have now Tamir positioning himself to defend the close point, and they just want to keep the 2 cap. Now we had the actual repair of the red trebuchet that's being brought down by Atrastea immediately. Still, potentially the blue trebuchet. Still an option, just want to mention it again. Maybe they should do something about that to get some aggression on the midpoint again, but now stuff is moving towards the windmill. They don't want to get kind of beaten by their own strategy, being suckered in.
I would move. I would also think about pushing maybe Demon Lord into mid and trying to get a split, maybe because, you know, he's completely out of it. And we've got fighting going on all over here, and they're gonna be outnumbered in one way or another, especially now. Although now they've evened it up now. We've actually evened up this fight over on the windmill. But people going down. Ken's down. Lemming's just gone down as well. The hope for Predator Esports is slowly slipping away here as they did fail in their push over towards the windmill point. And they need to start thinking about retreating for a regroup and a last push.
Go? Nope, Naya's not going to go mid, although it was open at the moment. And nobody would have gotten there as quick because the portal ran out. GG's already being
called.
So we are going to end this game a bit prematurely.
Yeah, I think we are. I'm just going to run the command in. And we are going to end that. Congratulations to Made in Meta pulling it right back in that 3rd game. Nice job.
Yeah. We had, if we want to take kind of a think back, I don't want to go through all the trouble of doing the not quite so instant replay at the moment because I think, no, I didn't actually record it, so sorry for that. But
the anti-hype. The anti-hype of your awesome highlight reel.
With the last engage, we saw that we had just the burst that comes out from the combination of Red Levin and Azani. Instant downstate from Tiskin, and then we had Lemming just going down because he was trying to rest there. And the AoE damage coming out afterwards brought him down. And with 2 people down, the engage just was completely averted already. But people still trying to get in there. Just sometimes it's the pressure of trying to do something. Maybe a bit of resignation already there. Not quite sure about that, but well.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of agree. I mean, I actually am quite happy with how Made in Meta pulled that back just so well, like in the 2nd game, because, you know, the 1st game, it was just, I think they just needed to get, they readjusted themselves a lot like 55 HP Monks did last week. They did exactly the same thing. They were intelligent enough to change the way they were playing. They adapted to the team's play, and they changed the way they played to actually win the game, win the 2nd game, win the 3rd game. And Predator Esports couldn't do that. I mean, they tried, but they just couldn't win those matchups, and maybe need to think, I'm not too sure how we can change this, but, you know, maybe they can change some builds. I don't know, just change the way they play, because it works against those teams who aren't in the higher end, and the higher end teams kind of fall for it for a game. It's happened, we've seen it happen a few times now, but then the 2nd game, 3rd game, yeah, they just start to lose it. But, you know, there's so much
reacting
potential
to the changing circumstances. But sadly, then after the 2nd game, no real reaction from Predator Esports there. At least not the one that would have brought them the win. They were able to do it. We saw it in the 1st match. But then not happening again. Well, so That was the quarterfinals. We have Made a Meta advancing towards the semifinals.
Oh,
Do we have a winner
we
on
do.
the other games?
We have a blinding semi-final coming up. 55 HP Monks versus Made in Meta. We don't have a choice because Node are playing Civilized Gentlemen at the moment. So we've got another semi-final, which is going to be cracking. 55 HP Monks versus Made in Meta. That's going to be a good.
Is it going to be, if Made in Meta makes it to the finals, if they actually beat 55, then it's going to be a follow Made in Meta round.
Yeah.
Kind of day. Like we had last time with 55.
Yeah. I mean, we could even have a Tournament of Legends final.